it's Neve and welcome to the OMG video pack. We're going to start this first video looking at the approach. This is where you will learn how to approach your videos so that you are focusing on what matters and leaving out what doesn't matter. This video will free you up from a lot of your preconceived notions about what video should be, and it's going to really allow you to be more authentic, to be more you, and actually to find the process a lot faster and easier than you've ever found it before if you've been recording videos. So the most important thing is to understand why video matters. Why does video work so well? How come it's become such a powerful mode of communication? And the answer is connection. Video allows us to see a real person and to feel like we're having a real conversation with them, like we're right there in the room with them. Right now, it might feel like you're hanging out here with me, and that's really what we want. So the thing is that connection is not created by perfection. You know, if you've watched a lot of news growing up, or you've seen people give speeches, a lot of people feel that they need to come to video and perform. So you might go into news anchor voice, or you might find that you are trying to be absolutely perfect. So you're taking a million takes because you flubbed one word and now you have to get it right. But that is a lot of weight on you, and guess what? It doesn't work very well. What actually works with an audience is them getting the sense that you're a real, genuine person and that they're having a heartfelt conversation with you. So I want you to take this mantra into your videos. Connection, not perfection. It's not about getting it perfect or getting it right. It's about creating a genuine connection with the person watching, whether that's somebody who's potentially going to hire you, or it's somebody who's potentially going to become a client or customer, or just become an audience member, or just become a fan. It's all about creating that connection. And connection does not come from perfection. Connection comes from you being able to just be you on camera. So we're going to look at a couple of things that don't matter in your video. The first thing that doesn't matter is your background. Now, I will admit I have a pretty cool background here, but I did my first couple of 100 videos, which led me to my first couple of $100,000s worth of clients and customers from video in front of a blank wall. People don't care what's behind you. They care that they're getting the sense of a connection from you, that you are being yourself. So as long as you don't have something terribly distracting in the background, your background really doesn't matter. The second thing that doesn't matter is how you look. You know, I think a lot of people have to go through this setup process in order to get on camera. It's, oh, I've got to have the makeup right, and I've got to go take a shower, and I've got to have the perfect clothes, and I've got to do this and do that. And before you know it, you're kind of thinking yourself into a corner. You're not getting ready to go on camera. And when you do get ready, you don't feel like yourself. On camera, you want to show up as you would show up in life. So only prep as much as you would prep to go out the front door. So if you normally, put on makeup to go out the front door, put on makeup for your video. If you normally would dress up a bit to go out the front door, dress up a bit. That's fine. I don't do either of those things because that's not what I do when I'm going out into the world. You want to feel as much like yourself as you possibly can feel, because it will help you to just communicate very authentically and openly. So don't worry about the background. Don't worry about how you look. As long as you feel like yourself, that is what matters. And that brings us to the three things that do matter. The first is eye contact with the lens. You want to make sure that you are looking at the lens as though you are looking at a person. If you're having a person there in the room with you, you would be making eye contact with them. It'd be pretty weird to talk to a person and be looking over here. This doesn't feel like I'm talking to you, but now it feels like I'm talking to you. So you want to make eye contact with the lens throughout your video, not staring them down, but just gentle eye contact will do. And in a future video, we'll look at where your lens actually is. The second tip is face lit. You want to make sure that people can see you clearly. Again, we're going to look at lighting going forward, but you want to keep that in mind as one of the most important things. And the third thing is heart open. You want to do something before your video starts to sort of settle your energy into your heart so that when you speak, you're coming from the heart. You're just being yourself. This makes a massive difference in how your audience feels about you. A lot of times we get very uptight and anxious because we want our video to do something for us. We want it to represent us well, or we want it to help us win a competition, or we want it to get us that speaking position, or make someone want to buy from us. But if you can just settle and get your energy into your heart, you'll find that what comes out of your mouth actually is a better representation of who you are, and that it actually creates a better, more solid connection. And remember, in video, connection is what it's all about. So come back to that mantra: connection, not perfection. And remember those 3 rules. We are going to be coming back to them in the future videos as we look at how to actually implement this. But it's eye contact with the lens, face lit, and heart open. And remember to just be yourself. It's not about having some fancy script. It's not about saying everything perfectly. It's not about that perfect delivery with no flubs. It's about being a real person in a real conversation. So I want you to treat your camera just like you would treat someone right there in the room with you. So with that said, that is the approach. We will pick up more details on it as we move through the rest of these videos.